Hey, everybody. Welcome to this edition of the Jumpseat. Glad you're able to be here with us here today. For those of you, it's your first time joining us in the Jumpseat, welcome. Really, it's a chance for myself and my cohort in crime, John, to kind of bring to you thought leaders from around the fire service, other subject matter experts, and really give you some insight into what's going on in the fire service and even some forward looking into the next generation of technology. My name is David Durstein. Once again, my co-host John Martins. We're both Jumpseat firemen. Spent a lot of time as paid firefighters, as volunteer in combination departments as well. And hey, join us today as we take a little look behind a fire apparatus manufacturer, and also have a little insight into what's going on in the industry here this week. And John,
Thanks, Dave.
It's glad to have you here again this week. It's good being back in the jump seats.
It is number 5, if I'm counting correctly here. So
episode 5. You're absolutely right.
It's gone by pretty quick, actually. So it's exciting. Every week we try to really change it up to keep it interesting, and I think today's going to be just right along those lines. So I'm excited.
Absolutely. And, John and I are really excited to hopefully here soon be actually together in person.
Yes.
And able to broadcast maybe literally from the back of a fire truck in one of our actual jump seats. So
these days.
Anyway, yeah, I hope everybody out there watching is still being safe, and take those precautions and keep yourselves healthy. Thank you all for everything you're doing, and any of the other folks on the front line right now. We really do appreciate it. John, speaking of the folks on the front line, I don't know if you got a chance to watch some of the situation that happened last weekend in Los Angeles. That explosion that actually caught a number of firefighters by surprise. Yeah. I know. I watched the video. I don't know if I've watched that video maybe 10 different times, and it seems like every time I get a new one I find on YouTube with a different angle or different perspective, and every time it just amazes me. I know we have that risk that we take on every day as firefighters ourselves, and I think back in my 20 plus years, I've seen some crazy stuff, but I have never seen anything like that. And holy cow, what are your thoughts there, quick?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the different videos that have come out. I mean, on one hand, it's incredible that we have the ability to see that and realize, again, remind ourselves, this is, every call is different, and you don't know what that next call might bring. And so that's why we train. That's why we're proactive. That's why we have, absolutely phenomenal PPE. And that was really, so despite the unfortunate side of it, which is truly unfortunate, and my heart goes out to everybody involved on that scene now and down the road from now. But what a gift of gear and technology and our PPE, and what that protected, even though, yes, there were some serious injuries, but what it still kept in protection. And some of those pictures too, Dave, the videos are one thing, and then the pictures as well. I was just blown away. It looked like a war zone. It looked like it was way more than just they got called out on a building fire, because it was way more than just a building fire. Like, that was insane. Again, my heart goes out to everybody involved on that, and to the manufacturers of PPE. Thank you for keeping those guys. We did our best there, and also for us, Dave and I, and all the other guys listening that are firemen. It gives you that. It's just gratitude. Thank you, gear manufacturers, for that technology. Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing, and I know a number of folks here in the industry that make the PPE and the turnouts themselves, and it's a true testament to the technology and really some of the advancements that made in fibers and in fabrics. And did you see some of the helmet pictures? The helmet's completely melted down, and I never saw face pieces or anything on the SCBAs, but I think it goes that the whole gamut of stuff. It's a great testament to what we as an industry, from a manufacturing perspective, do for the fire service, to the firefighters and that side as well. So, even the apparatus, by the way, I don't know if you got to see any of the pictures. They showed that inside of the cab was burned out in that truck. It was pretty intense, I have to say. So, I think,
and there'll be more as far as just proactive measures taken on factories that are manufacturing that. I think was it hemp oil or something like that along those lines.
Yeah.
Just that'll be good to have as well, because that is our fire loads are changing with innovation and technology and new products and consumer products in this case. And it's just like it'll be proactive approach that I think keeps us from running into that situation again.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think, John and I, as well as the rest of the folks at IDEX Fire and Safety, we wish the best for those affected by that situation, and hope for the speedy recovery of those firefighters who were in fact injured in that horrific situation there. But, John, we kind of touched on turnout gear technology just briefly there, but, one of the cool things about the Jumpseat today is we get to go do a little factory tour of a small company that really prides themselves on being in the front edge of technology and leading by technology. And so for those of you who are listening, and watching, we're actually going to take a trip to Michigan right now here. And so we're jumping up to this little town on the western side of Michigan called South Haven. And it's the home of Spencer Fire Trucks. Spencer Fire Trucks began in 1986, so they've been in 35 plus years of business. Over that time, there's been many apparatus builders, I'm sure, that have come and gone. And one of the things great about Spencer is they've always had a commitment to continuing to innovate and drive the fire service forward, adopting new technologies, and really being, in a lot of cases, vertically integrated within their manufacturing facility. So it's actually been cool for us to learn a little bit about them. So without any further ado, I don't want to hold back. I want to make sure we get a chance to bring on the team up there at Spencer, and I want to welcome Grant Spencer, who's actually one of the second generation members of Spencer Manufacturing, this family-owned business. He has had 20 plus years working his way through the shop, and is currently a vice president and partner with Spencer Manufacturing. So Grant, welcome today. I'm glad you're able to join us, and we'll let you just kind of show us around your facility and tell us about your business and what makes you guys special.
Thanks, David and John, for having us on today. We really appreciate it. Yes, right now we're going to start off in the paint shop area of our facility. This is a couple of trucks that are just coming out of paint. We have a two-tone aluminum body here with a black over red diamond plate compartment interiors. White body, a little bit different for the fire industry. We like doing all the different colors. Full upper seamless body. We really try to have very few to no seams on our bodies. Compartment interiors are bed liner with Linex gray material, fully extruded, tubular extruded. So we'll show you some of those extrusions as we go further along in the tour.
Awesome, thank you.
Yeah. Follow me this way. We do a lot of contact paint spraying as well. So we spray other materials, poly, build poly bodies. I'll show you a couple of those here coming up here shortly. Coming up on a 3,000 gallon tanker we're doing on a Kenworth T880. We do a fully removable wheel well. So we do a bolt-in wheel well, so it's fully accessible. If you want to access anything, we've been doing that for many years. We offer that in many different materials. Got the swivel dump on the back of that as well, so you can go left, right, and straight out the back. Ladders right up through the center, fireman's friend valve. Custom built ladder that we do for ease, up and down. It's fully stainless and poly, machine poly that we do here in-house.
It's looking clean there, Grant.
Yeah, so it looks really good there. And are all of yours custom built for customers as well, or you guys do any stock type builds?
We do some demos, but a lot of our stuff is custom built. This, like I said, this truck has 3,000 gallons, compartments on both sides. Hale Q-Max 1,500 gallon excess pump.
Hey, we like to see that.
Yeah. Once again, the seamless body up top. That's one piece of aluminum. Over here as well is another 3,000-gallon tanker. This thing's 31 feet, 10 inches on a custom cab. This will have a Hale QMax XS as well. 1,500-gallon minute pump with 3,000 gallons of water under 32 feet. So we really strive on maximizing every space, every inch of our body and compartments.
So what would you say
too as well? Go ahead.
No, that's a great shot right there too of the access you actually have when you take that off. So you easily can get access to the spring hangers, to the springs, probably even to the brake systems pretty easily versus other traditional apparatus in some cases.
Right, and like I say, this sheet is completely seamless. It's all one piece, the whole side of the body. So something we just worry about corrosion being up here, in the Midwest, and try to do our best to have less corrosion and all that stuff.
Beautiful. Look at that nice QMax XS sitting right there too.
That's perfect place. Pop right inside that body here shortly.
Awesome.
Moving on, this is a Spartan chassis we have sitting here, getting ready for the pump to get set, and then its body will be sitting over here. I'll show you that here in a second.
Hey, and Grant, real quick, I didn't ask earlier, but tell us just how are you guys doing? Well, have you been able to keep things going just from again with this COVID situation? Have you guys? It seems like everything's going strong, but has that affected you guys much, or have things been pretty under control for you guys?
There's been our challenges, just like everybody has had, but I mean, we have been strong. We're coming through this very good. We've had our best couple weeks ever. The last few weeks with sales and everything. So seems like things are just, humming along.
Super.
Well, that is great right there.
Yeah. Here's some custom parts that we also make here in house. We have our own CNC machine shop. We're building 7 pumpers right now for the city of Pittsburgh. Here's some of the, plastic pieces that we machine to isolate all of our different materials. And these are end caps for the end of the aluminum tube. Here's some custom ladder brackets we make out of 1/2-inch aluminum. They're heavy duty. This is to keep the ladders very low for the firemen for safety. On these trucks, city of Pittsburgh, we worked very hard with them to try to keep everything low to the ground. Override wrench for backup wrench for when a valve fails. Heavy duty machined out of 1x3 solid. Plastic to protect everything from the ladders from not rubbing on from metal to metal contact. Custom machine locks for the ladders. So a lot of things that we do above and beyond to try to make it heavy duty and last forever.
I think, Grant, you touched on a couple key things right there that I know just from my experience with you and the family, as well as our time you've been prepping for the show here and talking with you was, you mentioned, hey, safety is one of those key things. And then another really unique one, though, is how big and strong you build things like those heavy duty ladder brackets that you kind of shared there with that 1/2-inch aluminum billet there. So I think those are some really unique things that make what you do special, particularly having your own in-house CNC shop as well. I know that's an awesome asset.
Yes, it becomes very handy. Even if we do a lot of service work as well. So having a custom machine shop, if you need to make a adapter, a valve adapter, or a bracket right away, slot a hole, do anything you need, we walk upstairs or over to our other facility and knock that part out in a few minutes and come right back to work and put it in the truck.
Well, but I would say don't let too many people go get valve adapters from him because they can come buy them from us. So that would be a good pitch. Don't take my business completely away from us. Come on, Grant.
But you gotta get that truck back in service as quick as you can.
Absolutely.
That's
well.
funny.
I see another tanker. Looks like behind you there. What do we got here?
This is a 3,000 gallon on a Freightliner SD chassis. Once again, seamless body, lots of compartment space, removable wheel wells. Overall length is less than 32 feet again. One of the reasons we're making all these overall lengths so short is because of the QMax XS. You'll see that again here. Really does a good job for us, and to get the 1,500 gallons a minute pump.
Yeah, I mean, we've actually seen some of them down in that, what is that? I think 28, 29 inch
28.
range.
Yep.
28-inch pump panel. So that XS does have that narrow body width and allowing you to be effective like that.
Yep. Here's a poly body that we're doing right now. Low hose bed. For safety, it's up on one of our carts, so it feels taller than normal. But it's got a low hose bed, 100% poly body. We also engrave and like carve in the handles right into the body. Seamless body, once again, we really strive for the seamless body for the full length. We have all the tracking welded in, access to all of our electrical wiring. All the panels are put in ahead of time. This one does not have removable wheel wells, but it is a poly wheel well, so there will be no corrosion at all.
Grant, what are some quickly here, what are some of the trends that you're seeing in the last year or two? Just people asking for unique, customized features or parts to your truck. Is there anything that you want to share with us that just trend-wise you're seeing more people asking for or looking at, just for those listening that maybe have a truck around the corner and want to kind of be aware of some of those trends? Anything come to mind?
Compartment space, maneuverability, short, corrosion-free.
Yep.
As all the different things that are going on the road. So we're doing our best. So they keep the truck looking the best for the department and around as long as we can.
Sure.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We have a couple more things we would like to show you guys before we run out of time.
Absolutely.
Down here.
So Grant,
26
Grant, how big
for a refurb, just doing some lighting, paint, chevron upgrades, things like that. Here's a module we have for a Ford F550 coming up. This is a SAM module. As you can see, it has a lot of your standard valves, plumbing, things in there. 2.1 foam system.
That's a great look at a module. I'm glad you actually had that one handy and sitting there. And
yeah, here's one of the screens.
Yeah, you got the operation from both sides, but you guys have been pretty instrumental with Sam. I know from our perspective. How's it been working for you? And I know you've actually got customers with them in the field.
Yes, we have actually it's like a pumper tanker out in the field with the SAM system, with a tablet so they can operate both sides, and also with the tablet and 2,500 gallons of water so they can do a lot of things with it. Here we got, once again, the Ford with the screens, smart foam, cross lays, low to the ground, suction. So we're just really going for the safety of the firemen. We also have our demo here that has the SAM system as well on the QMax XS.
Wow, that's a good looking truck there.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful truck.
This was supposed to get an FDIC, but we couldn't make it this year.
Well, that's kind of why we threw this together. We couldn't be at FDIC together, so we thought we would actually try to bring some of those technologies at FDIC to the forefront here on the Jumpseat. So, really quick, Grant, a couple quick questions still there for you. How big is your shop as a whole?
Our shop as a whole, this facility is 26,000 square feet. We have 2 other facilities that we use for our machine shop and storage. Overall, we're just over 40,000 square feet.
Yeah, so you're not just a little tiny apparatus, but over those 35 years, you've grown significantly and have quite the operation.
Yes, we grew from, my dad started in a single pole barn, so we came a long way.
Oh, that is great. That is great. And
for anybody in the area, do you give tours to the public and stuff like that when they want to see it for the firemen? Cool.
You don't have to be in the area. We have a beautiful town here with sandy beaches. Come see us, please.
Ooh.
Yes. So the western side of Michigan, right there on the eastern shores of Lake Michigan. And Grant, I want to say thank you very much for the time today and to walk us through the shop. I think it's been very informative. It's great to see your operation, and I hope our viewers on the Jumpseat enjoy it as well. The best of luck to you and your family, and stay safe and healthy. We do appreciate you being here.
Thank you, David. Thank you, John. Thank you all of our veterans this weekend, and have a great weekend.
Thanks, Grant. Have a good holiday.
Yep. See you guys.
So John, I mean, that was pretty cool to walk through their facility, and I know maybe not everybody's heard of Spencer fire apparatus, but man, it's definitely one to take a look at. They really do some great work up there, and put a lot of time, heart, and talent into what they build. So, you know, I think it's been a good thing. I'm glad we were able to make that trip.
Definitely. It's always good.
So next week on the Jump Seat, we got another cool guest I think to have on here. We're going to switch it up a little bit. We've been focusing mostly on water flow stuff. Or last week we had Chief Gasaway on, who talked a little bit about the effects on your brain and stress.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to shift gears. We're going to go to the rescue side of the business, right? And so we're going to talk about some innovations in rescue tools specifically. So I'm actually excited for next week as well. I don't know about you, John, but I love cutting cars apart and finding out what all is new and exciting in the world of extrication and rescue as a whole.
Absolutely. Yeah, our industry is very broad, is very diverse, and for us to not include that piece of it, I think we're missing out. So I'm excited. I'm sure that all of us guys that don't get to cut cars every day out on the road and stuff like that, we want to learn a little bit more about what they do and see some of the new technologies, because the whole rescue technologies, all that, and we'll learn more about it, but it's phenomenal. My goodness, like I just can't believe some of the stuff. And you look at batteries, and that's just scratching the surface. But 10 years ago versus today, how these guys, how we're responding to calls, what we can do without any, cords, any cables, any hydraulic pumps running hard and loud right next to us. Like, it's crazy. So I'm looking forward to next week, Dave, and bringing in our next guest. So
Absolutely.
yeah. Well, for everybody out listening, please be safe this weekend. Enjoy the holiday. Hope for some good weather. It's been really rainy. We were just talking about that. Hope you get some dry, sunny weather to get outside and enjoy with your family. So that's all we got here in the Jump Seat, and we will see you next Friday. Thanks a lot.
Sounds great. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great weekend, everybody.